What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Maha, back again with another video. Today we're gonna do a nice little video of my, I would say 2 to 3 years. I think basically on 3 years of being tuned on my 3.7 Q50 2015 Premium. If you're new to the channel, please go check out my other bills. Please go check out my other videos I have on this car. Did a good amount, as you can see. I did buy the car completely stock from the dealer, so if you're interested in any kind of parts list, everything that's done to the car so far, I have everything documented on my channel as of basically up to date as today. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna do a nice little quick walk around, not walk around, but today we're gonna do overview of being tuned, my thoughts, would I still do it, do I recommend it, is it safe, and all that. So we're gonna get into it right now. So main question I get asked a lot is reliability. How reliable has a car been tuned 3.7? Now in general, the 3.7 Q50, as most of you know, is the more reliable of all of the Q50s, comparing to the Red Sport, or comparing to a 3.0 T in general, I should say. Now again, keep in mind your car 3.7, if you're NA, you're not gonna get crazy gains. You're gonna get gains enough to where you're gonna notice the difference on your daily drives around town, run your errands, all that. You're gonna notice that difference. But it's nothing crazy. If you're doing it purely just for horsepower and you're trying to gap people, do not do that. Honestly, don't even get 3.7 if you're trying to gap people at all. Now, don't get me wrong, we have our cars that we can gap. Not gonna say any snack pack, Nah, but yeah, y'all know, if you know. But again, also keep in mind, I really don't commute far for work. My job is basically like 10 minutes away from my house within my town, and I do everything else within the town. If I do go out of town, I see it for a car show, some event, some small stuff here and there that y'all see in the vlogs. But yeah, like I said, reliability. The only thing I would say reliability wise is that changed. Your oil changes and spark plugs are going to be a little bit more frequent than if you're non-tuned. I will say that, because when you get tuned, you're going to be using Flamemap. I don't care who you are. You could talk so much smack about Flamemap. Once you get it and actually use it, then you'll understand what the hype about it is, and your maintenance is going to be a little sooner than expected. And again, that's just being precautious and being proactive to avoid any issues in the future. And your tuner will tell you this as well. He'll tell you, make sure, depending on how you drive, you have a heavy foot, especially if you have a heavy foot, do more frequent oil changes. I do mine now around 6,000 miles, maybe 7 if I'm pushing it. I used to do it at 10K, but that's way too pushing it. Even for stock, I wouldn't recommend that. I would say around 6K. Keep it around there. If you're tuned, maybe around 3K, 4K. Again, this is all just preventive maintenance, making sure your car is always running at optimal, performance at all times. Another question I get asked a lot is, how's Flamemap? Has Flamemap blown my car up? Is Flamemap, how do you use it, all that? I actually do have a video on how to use it properly, how to hold a flame and all that, but I might do another video, redo that video, get more in depth with it, because I kind of played around with it a little bit more to figure it out. But like with anything, man, too much of anything is bad for you. So don't use it too much. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't use it too much. Don't use it every day. I mean, you can use it every day, but then you're just gonna be, again, going back to your number one. You're gonna be going through oil changes a little quicker, spark plugs a lot quicker. Excuse me if I'm kind of slurred. Outside is a little chilly here. I am in Florida, but past couple weeks we've been getting some weird weather, so bear with me. But yeah, you just gotta keep up on your maintenance. You could bang Flamemap 24/7 if you want, as long as you do your oil changes on a timely matter, or suffer the consequences later on and blow your motor up. But because what y'all gotta understand too is that when you do use Flamemap, you will be burning through your oil a little quicker. I would say breaking down your oil a little quicker, because again, that's pretty heavy on the motor when you're shooting flames through your exhaust. And when that fuel dump happens, more of the oil is going to be, recorded from the motor, or I would say required in order to, shoot those flames. So again, just be cautious about it. Don't use it too much, especially if you're doing your car shows and all that. I would, they're gonna, if you're going to a car show and they're permitting you to do flames and two-step and all that, especially if you're doing a competition, right before that show, I would suggest you do an oil change, and a couple thousand miles after, or honestly right after, do an oil change again. Because last thing you want is to blow your motor up, and then you're out of a car for a couple months, couple weeks, depending on if you can even get a motor. Actually, I had a personal friend of mine that just recently blew his motor up. Do not know exactly why or how he blew it up. What was the exact reason? He doesn't know either. But again, man, just always check your oil. That's all I'm gonna say. Always check your oil. Every other day, every time you wash your car, anytime you're doing any kind of maintenance on your car, wash your car, check oil. It takes a couple seconds. Just to pull that dipstick out, get a paper towel, and just double check everything. Just copacetic. Another question I get asked a lot is, do you have to get tuned after I do modifications on the car, performance wise? If I get an exhaust, do I need a tune? If I get intakes, do I need a tune? If I get injectors, do I need a tune? If I have just a muffler delete, do I need to get a tune? In short answer, all in all, other than injectors, bigger injectors, you do not need a tune for any of that. Injectors, you definitely need a tune for that, because your car will be running like boo-boo. I'm trying to stay monetized, so I'm not gonna curse on this channel, but your car would run like dog poop. Very sluggish. Sometimes the car might not even start. You'd be lucky if the car will start. But bigger injectors on your stock tune, stock car is highly not recommended. But you could go ahead, do full exhaust. You could do intake. You could do buffer delete. You could do even a fuel pump. You could do a slightly bigger fuel pump. That's not gonna change anything tune wise on the car. But what you have to take into consideration, and this is why I always tell people, at least later on, you might not want to get tuned now, again, because it's a lot of money, but you want to eventually get tuned, save the money up as you're doing your performance mods, like how I did. I didn't get tuned right away. I slowly did my mods, and then I got tuned at the point where I know I wasn't going to add anything else performance wise to the car. So I'll recommend doing it that way. Plus, even the parts itself are expensive. Like my arc exhaust from arcperformance.com, flat out from them, is about close to $3,000 for that exhaust. I was not trying to pay that. I bought that used from someone, and actually got lucky on marketplace. Local dude was like 5 minutes from my house. Met up with him, and it was the exact exhaust I wanted to. So it was meant to be. So just do your research. But later on, I would highly suggest you get tuned, just to get the full performance of the car, especially from the mods. If you're investing money in the mods, you might as well get the full benefit of all the mods that you're doing. But you don't have to do it right away. Like I said, you don't have to do it right away, but eventually I would suggest you guys do it. I mean, you might as well, and then you can shoot flames, you can be Instagram famous, Another question I get asked a lot, asked a lot is it safe? Will my car, again, going back to maintenance, going back to everything else, will my car blow up? Is it safe? What are the possibilities of my car getting ruined after I get tuned? And that is, I would say that's subjective, because I don't want to be responsible for saying, oh yeah, go get tuned, then your car blows up, and then he's like, oh no, Maha told me to get tuned, it's safe. I want to sue Maha. No, disclaimer right now, I'm not a mechanic, I'm not no tuner, but from my experience and from my research, I have yet to see someone's car get damage from a tune, depending on the tuner though. Depending on the tuner. Do not cheap out on your tune. If you're paying your boy $400 or $500 to street tune your car and then later on you blow up your car, don't blame anyone but yourself, because you cheaped out and you don't want to spend the money. Again, this hobby is not cheap. So if you get into it, make sure you get your money right. You get your money right before you start doing anything. I'm telling y'all right now, because you're gonna regret it later on. But just again, keep up on your maintenance, research your tuner, and the top tuners for the VQ platform. Again, Martin RS Centipede, that is who I've been tuned by in Tampa, Florida. But he does remote tuning. If you're not in Florida, I know he travels a lot, so you're gonna have to hit him up and see. He might be able to do, put your car in a dyno somewhere near you if he's actually out where you're located. But you're gonna have to DM him on Instagram. His Instagram, I'll link it down in the description below, and hit him up and see, and schedule it out. Tell him where you're at. If he's able to get your car in a dyno. If not, then he'll just walk you through how to get tuned by him remotely. But just make sure you do your research. I know admin is good too, and there's a few others too. I'm not gonna really go into that because that's a whole debate of who's the best tuner. At the end of the day, they do the same thing, and I'm pretty sure sometimes they probably send each other the same files and they help each other out and make money. So just make sure you do your research and you get it done by a professional who has been doing it for years. Do not let your boy touch your baby, especially if it's a daily. Experiment like, yo, I just started tuning and I got tunes for $300. No. You get what you pay for, especially when it comes to cars. You get what you pay for. You cheap out, you're gonna regret it in the long run. It's gonna cost you a lot more later on. So pay the money now and get it done properly the first time. That's all I'm gonna say on that topic. Another question I get asked a lot was miles per gallon gas. Straight up, it sucks. When I first got the car, my car was averaging about, honestly, it's not that much of a difference from stock. My car was averaging about, if I drive like a grandpa, not really going anywhere, and driving within limits and, staying around town, I was averaging about maybe around 19, 18 when I first got the car. Sometimes 20 if I go on the highway. If I take a highway trip, 20, 22, 21, 22. I think 22 is like the max I got on a highway. But after you get tuned, especially if you're on E85, that mileage is going to be around the 15s. And I know some people that actually are in the 15s and they're not even tuned. So if you're in the 15s right now, your mileage might get a little less than that. If you're worried about, gas mileage. But all in all, I highly recommend getting tuned after you get all the performance mods that you want. And then the injectors, you're gonna have to install the day of the tune, because like I said, your car is gonna run like dog poop if you do not wait to get it installed the day of your tune properly. Because again, you're changing up the fuel flow of the injectors. So bigger injector is going to require more fuel, but the car is still going to be pushing the amount of fuel that it came from factory. So then the car is going to be like, what the heck, why are we getting so much? It's going to mess up the whole ratio of the fuel and air. So highly recommend, don't install that. There's no point, because that's not like a nitrous button that's gonna, you're gonna instantly get more fuel. No, you have to get tuned. So that you actually have to get tuned for. But other than that, go ahead. You could slowly, like how I did, slowly. This car I did not just buy all the parts in this car in like a week. This took a long time. So if you see my channel, you've seen how the car came about from my first start the channel till now. That's how long this car took to get to where it's at right now. So it's a process. You got to enjoy the process. You got to grind, make your money, spend it wisely, and just keep the goal in mind. Whatever you want to do, is make sure you have the funds to do it, and to do it comfortably. Make sure you're not going broke for your car. Make sure you're not going broke modifying your car, and you want to still be able to enjoy other things other than the car. You want to be able to take your car to car shows. You want to be able to go to car shows. You want to be able to go to dinners, movies. You have to watch your wallet all the time. That's not fun. All in all, I'm very happy with the tune. My opinion was worth it, and I highly suggest you eventually get tuned, even if you don't want to get tuned right now after doing your performance mods. I would say do the route I did, the budget route. Try to get the parts for the best price. And then once you're happy with all your performance mods, then get tuned after that by a reputable tuner. Can't stress that enough. But yeah, man, and then like I keep saying too, this, oh, it's only a 3.7. It's not good. It's not that worth that much. It's not gonna be worth it to get tuned. I constantly hear that, or or just a tune in a car in general. For everyday use of the car, from getting point A to point B, stoplight, stop and go traffic, it's worth it to me because you feel that difference. The 3.7 lacks a lot of low end torque from the factory. The car feels like it's stifling. So I personally, in my opinion, from having the car stock for a while, a couple years, to actually modifying the car and to tuned form now, I recommend it. Especially if you're keeping a car for a long time, go ahead and do it, because the car will be a lot more responsive and the car will be a lot more fun to drive. That's what we in this to have fun, man. This is nothing serious. Just please don't go broke doing it. Make sure you have your money set aside, because I know that's pretty much a lot of people's determining factor of doing a lot of things is price. And in this game, in the automotive game, modifying cars, you get what you pay for the most part, unless you got hookups. I guess you got contacts. That's why I always recommend too, talk to people when you go out, go to the gym, network with people. You never know who you might meet. You never know who you have a hookup to car parts, to a mechanic shop that you need. You never know, you're in a pinch and then my contact might come in handy. So I have a couple contacts that I know personally. I have a couple mechanic friends that I know I can hit up anytime I need anything. So just always get out there and grind, man. Grind, talk to people, network, communicate with people, and get your stuff out there and get it going. If you really want it that bad, you're gonna make it happen regardless. So that's just my 2 cents. But y'all do what you want to do, and if you blow your car up, I'm not responsible. But with that being said, man, my name is Maha. Thank y'all for watching the video. And like I said before, I do plan on getting a performance car to the channel this year. Within this year, before the end of this year, we are getting a performance build to the channel. It is going to be a JDM car. If y'all know, or y'all think you know, what car is going to be that car, go ahead, drop a comment down below. I'm curious to see what y'all think, or how much y'all really know me. So I kind of posted some polls here and there on my Instagram and on the YouTube channel community page, my community page, hinting of what cars I'm looking at. So drop a comment down below what you think I'm gonna get. But with that being said, man, my name is Maha. Thank y'all for watching this video. If you made it this far, drop a comment down below, and I'm gonna start something new. Drop a fire emoji, man. Drop a fire emoji if you made it to this point in the video, so I know that y'all actually staying engaged with the video, and just for me and my feedback as well, so I know how to keep moving within our little community I'm building here. But again, thank y'all for watching. My name is Maha, and I'm out. Peace.